there's a lot of sing with styles and other amazing collabs rocking around the Smuleverse. So I am here to share these amazing performances. But before that, let me find one amazing Smule user and let's see how he makes his own style using the Style Studio. Okay, so let me see. Oh, I like that. I like that style. Let me choose this user, D4on_sings.
Hey there, it's Damon Birchfield. I'm going to give you all a quick little how-to on some of my favorite effects on Smule's new Style Studio app. If you'll take a look at this screen right here, one of the first things I like to start off with is my all settings, and those can be found under the white tab. I usually start with my sound, and I try to keep that as true to the song as I can, and then I'll add my layout, and then last but not least my color filter. And these can be stacked and edited. But the biggest parts of the color filter, this is how visible your effects will be too. So I usually spend a lot of thought on my color filter and is how visible my effects are going to be for the color filter that I've chosen. One of the first cool effects I want to show you all is the fireworks with Zoomies. These can be edited to look like a shooting star. The only biggest part to doing that is changing your color to black, except for the trail color. And it's not actually black, it's actually clear. So when you change the other colors but your trail color to black, you'll have that effect. Other than that, once I've chosen a focal point for this and every slide, I usually just add fillers. Some slides could have 2 focal points, maybe 3, but all in all, I always want to max out my effects, which can be added up to 10 for each slide. I usually max them out with fillers. I don't really want to leave anything open, or any holes rather, if you will, because the more you can blend a slide and use all 10 effects and still keep the same theme, whether it's 1 to 2 colors, the more aesthetically pleasing your slide's going to be. So as you notice, I'm doing some blending here. So I'm pretty much done with this slide. We're going to move to the transitions. There's a really important factor to the transitions. You can change the color to some of them and turn the duration up or down, but the biggest factor to it is the segment settings. Usually I always turn these off. If they're on, it shows both singers the entirety of the song. So I usually, each slide that I add a transition, I turn them off so that it only spotlights the singer and or both. As we move forward, I'm going to add some shine here. And one thing I always love to do with stars and shine is change the size of them and or the duration. So we could take the shine and just have one star that shine the whole duration of the slide. Or we could turn down the opacity and turn down the duration to where it sparkles and it flickers really fast. Whatever you like to do best. But I do recommend that you explore all the edits and the settings and the adjustments that can be made and use process of elimination so that you can best come up with your most creative style. So as we move forward, one of the best fillers you can add to any style, any slide rather, after you've had your focal point is fog. Fog goes with just about anything. You can change the color of it, you can change the opacity, you can change the amount, and I usually always turn these settings down pretty far because if you don't, it's kind of bulky and it plays more of a focal point versus a blend. So I usually turn these settings down pretty far, as you can see. So as we move forward, we're going to go with a shiny slide. And our overall theme for this style is pretty much blue and white. So a shine still kind of goes with our theme. So as I'm adding the diamonds and the shine, I consider the diamonds to be more of a focal point. So I might add one more, the crescent moons. Those are our main focal point. As you can see though, we have all the colors resembling one color, which is white. And then now we got to continue our theme, so we're going to add some blue fog. I think the blue fog makes for a great addition because it still captures our theme, but still allows us to be completely different in this specific slide. And this slide has the majority of our style, so we want it to look pretty. So as we move forward, one of the next steps, these stars are great. They go with just about everything, kind of like the fog. I really like these stars because I can get really creative. There's a lot of edits to these stars. So what we're going to do for this specific instance is we're going to make them a little bigger, turn down the opacity, and then keep the same color so that our theme is still recognized in this slide from these stars. Now, even with these stars, we could probably roll with just white and still capture our theme, but we can add another blue thing towards the end. One of my favorite things also is the sparkler splash. And notice that the transparency tab was next to the colors. It didn't actually have an opacity tab at the top. A lot of people overlook that. but these sparklers are great. They're not used as much as I think they should be. They're really unique, and the opacity can be turned down to where they make for a great filler. Almost any effect can be used for filler if you play with it enough and turn the opacity down. But I think the sparklers are a great additive. And last but not least, we're going to throw some fog on here because, again, fog goes with everything. One of my favorite things to do on solo slides, the one coming up, is add the kaleidoscope, or a really unique standing out transition rather. And the kaleidoscope stands out. But let's not stop there. We can add many effects, up to 10. So once we have this kaleidoscope, and considering this is a solo, we're going to make this one stand out more than the others, because there's not that many of these slides, seeing how it is a solo. So we'll put some fireworks on here. We'll change the color of our overall tone, and we'll make it resemble our theme. And as you can see, it's starting to come together. And I love that two-tone color because it can change any slide to exactly what color you want the theme of the slide to be. So it's a great additive. And now notice we're just doing some blends, and then last but not least, throw some fog on there. You can never go wrong with fog. So that one looks pretty great. I just love the kaleidoscope mix there. And I think it's always the most fun doing the solo slides because they're usually the most, they stand out the most rather. So last but not least, on our outro, I like to keep it kind of mellow. I want it to resemble the theme, the overall theme, which is blue and white, but I don't want it to have too many flashy effects because it's the ending of the song. Vice versa, the intro. I kind of keep the same mindset on the intro as well. Kind of didn't cover that, but the ending though, I want it to be a calm, mellow ending that resembles the theme, which is white and blue, and then have a focal point, maybe two, but not really ones that stand out that much. So, as you can see, it's starting to blend. Those light rays are an excellent additive to almost any slide as well. You can change the color of them, and I think they just make for a northerny lights look to almost any style, which who doesn't like the northern lights look? It's pretty. So I hope I was pretty informative, and I hope you all learned some cool tips and tricks. Thanks for joining me.
That's so amazing. Good job, D4. I love those effects. Alright guys, if you want to know more about the Style Studio straight from the experts, all you have to do is go to Smule's YouTube channel and look for Style Studio Educational Webinar. And our experts are there to discuss more about this new feature. And if you have any technical concern, all you have to do is email support@smule.com. Thank you. Okay, so it's time now to announce the Smule Phl Superstars of the Week. Here they are.
Amber is the color of your energy. Whoa, shades of gold display naturally. You ought to know what brings me here. Fall on your knees. I'll hear the angels' voices. All I want for Christmas is you.
Voices singing,
let's be jolly.
deck the halls with boughs of holly, rocking around the Christmas tree. Have a happy holiday.
Christmas is here
Everywhere, oh,
Christmas is here, and all the fun that we have left here. Pretty lights on the trees, I'm watching them shine. You should be here with me.
and I
Really can't stay.
get over that holdout. Baby, it's
cold.
Baby, it's cold outside, but I'll have a blue, 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 blue Christmas.
It's the most wonderful time.
Yes, the most wonderful time.
Oh, the most wonderful time of the year.
Silver bells, silver bells,
Thanks again for tuning in. Keep singing. Smule is love.